English suburb around 1920. A dark and stormy winter night. The sound of heavy rain can be heard and an occasional thunderclap. The White's living room is cozy and bright. Mr. White and Herbert play chess, while Mrs. White knits by the fire. Herbert is winning.
Not looking too good for you, is it, Dad?
Could you please be quiet? I'm trying to concentrate. Listen to that wind howling out there.
I hear it.
A gate bangs and heavy footsteps are heard approaching the door.
Sounds like he's made it after all.
Good evening, Sergeant Major Morris. My wife, and this is our son, Herbert.
Good that you came in, Sergeant. Come, join us for some tea. Did you live in India a long time, Sergeant?
Well, time flies, time flies.
But you must have all kinds of great stories to tell.
What was that story you started telling me the other day, Morris? About a monkey's paw or something?
Nothing really. Nothing worth hearing.
A monkey's paw?
Well, it's just a bit of what you might call magic, I guess. It looks like just an ordinary little paw, all dried up.
So, what's so special about it?
It had a spell put on it by an old holy man. He wanted to show that fate ruled people's lives, and that anyone who tried to interfere with fate would be sorry. He put a magic spell on the paw so that 3 people could each have 3 wishes from it.
And did you really have your 3 wishes granted?
I did.
And has anyone else wished on it?
The first owner had 3 wishes, yes. I don't know what the first 2 were for, but the third was for death. That's how I got the paw.
If you could have another 3 wishes, would you use them?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey!
Better let it burn.
If you don't want it, Morris, give it to me.
I won't. I threw it on the fire. If you keep it, don't blame me for what happens. If you are smart, you will throw it back in the fire.
How do you do it?
Hold it in your right hand and wish out loud. But I am warning you, you won't like the consequences. If you must wish, for heaven's sake, wish for something sensible. But I don't want to be here to see it.
Did you give that disgusting thing back to him?
I tried to, but he wouldn't take it, and he told me again to get rid of it.
Get rid of it? And give up our chance to be rich and famous and happy? Wish to be an emperor, Dad, to start off with? Then Mum can't boss you around.
Thanks a lot.
I don't know what to wish for, and that's a fact. It seems to me I've got all I want already.
You'd like to pay off the mortgage, though, wouldn't you? Well, wish for £200 then. That'll do it.
I wish for £200. It moved. When I wished, it twisted in my hand like a snake.
Well, I don't see the money, and I bet I never will.
You must have imagined it. Come on.
I felt it move. Never mind, though. I'm all right.
I don't know why we listen to that nonsense. How could wishes be granted in real life? And if they could, how could 200 pounds hurt you anyway?
It could drop on his head from the sky.
Morris said the things happened so naturally that you might think it was coincidence.
Well, I have had enough of magic and fate and monkey's paws for one night. It's time for bed.
Well, good night then. Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad.
The next afternoon, the sun shines into the living room. Mr. and Mrs. White are drinking tea and sorting through the day's mail. The paw lies on a shelf, ignored.
Plenty of bills so far, but no check for 200 pounds. I suppose Herbert will have more of his funny remarks for you when he gets home back from the factory.
I am sure he will. But the thing moved in my hand. I'd swear to that.
You thought it did.
It did. There was no thought about it. I had just... What is it?
There's somebody outside. A man in a business suit. I've never seen him before. He's acting very strange, as if he can't decide whether to open the gate or not. Here he comes up the path now.
I was asked to come and see you. I come from Ma and Megan's.
Is anything wrong? Has something happened to Herbert? What is it? What is it?
Now, calm down. No point jumping to conclusions. I'm sure our visitor hasn't brought us any bad news.
I'm sorry. I'm extremely sorry.
Is he hurt?
Badly hurt, but he is not in pain anymore.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness for that.
He was caught in the machinery.
Caught in the machinery? Are you saying?
Yes, he is no more.
He was our only child, you know. It's unbearable.
Herbert, my child.
The company wants me to convey their sincere sympathy with you in your great loss. I hope you understand that I'm just doing my job. I'm supposed to tell you that Ma and Megan's disclaim all responsibility. They admit no liability, but in consideration of your son's work, they would like to give you a certain sum as compensation.
A certain sum? How much?
200 pounds.
No! No!
Night time, a week and a half later. Mrs. White stands in the doorway, weeping as she looks out into the darkness. Mr. White comes downstairs. He goes to her and closes the door, then puts his arms around her.
Come back to bed. It's cold out there tonight.
It is colder for my son. The paw, the monkey's paw.
What? Where? It's here somewhere, I think. Why?
I only just thought of it. Why didn't I think of it before? Why didn't you think of it?
Think of what?
The other two wishes. We've only had one.
Wasn't that enough?
No, we'll have one more. Go get it here and wish our boy alive again.
You're insane.
I want my son back. I want to see my son.
You don't know what you're saying.
Go, get it and wish.
He's been dead 10 days. And besides, I didn't want to tell you this, but I could only recognize him by his clothes. he was mangled in the machinery. If he was so terrible for you to see then, how would it be now?
Bring him back. Do you think I would fear my own son, Herbert? Wish, please wish.
It's foolish and wicked.
Wish.
I wish my son alive again.
What's that?
A mouse. It's just a mouse in the wall.
It's Herbert. It's our son.
What are we going to do?
It's Herbert. What are you holding me for? Let go so I can open the door.
Don't let it in.
How can you be afraid of your own son? Let me go. I'm here, Herbert. I'm right here, my son.
Don't let the evil spirit in. Please don't let the evil spirit in.
Beyond her, the road is empty. The mother's weight is endless.